This is the final day before the Surface Duo releases. Today is September 9th, and this will be going up maybe today or maybe the day of release of the Surface Duo. Let's talk about the future of this device. Now, it seems like in the year 2020 that I am recording in, and that maybe you are watching it in this current year, we've had tons and tons of folding phones and folding devices come out constantly, just constant bombardment with folding phones. We have the Huawei, I think it's the Mate 10X or the Mate X. We have the Galaxy Fold, the Galaxy Z Fold 2, the Galaxy Z Flip. We have what else? We have the LG G8X, which is the optional accessory second screen, which makes it essentially a folding phone. Only it's two separate screens closer to the Surface Duo. We have LG's second attempt, the LG Velvet, which has that other optional second screen as well. And that's what they're pushing even on like your phone manufacturers' websites. We have all kinds of different folding styles. We have the Motorola Razr. We have what recently releases the Motorola Razr 5G, which is also a folding phone, which folds like a clamshell. So you open it up and you close it just like a clam. We have a lot of folding phones, and one company that is releasing folding phone or a folding phone in their own style this time is Microsoft. We have the Surface Duo. If you are a person who is a tech enthusiast and you are person, you know that Microsoft's releasing this, you probably have questions about it. And the whole point of this series is to just a chronological series of events that go through my head about the Surface Duo, right? I talk about it. That's the Let's Talk About series that this is. The Let's Talk About Surface Duo series, and we're talking about the future. Now, here in front of me, it says here, we have Microsoft started working on a dual screen mobile device around 2014. After Microsoft canceled the Surface Mini, at that point, Panos Panay had become pretty much obsessed about creating a dual screen device, to the point that carrying two pieces of metal connected by a hinge in his pocket for months. And it says here, the exec did so to get an understanding of how durable such a device would be and what would be the ideal dimensions for a dual screen device that should comfortably fit in your pocket. And then this led Panos Panay and his team to start working on the Microsoft Andromeda project. You'll see in front of you right now. And that was what originally was going to be the original Surface phone idea. That's where people started getting that idea, like Microsoft should make a Surface phone, Microsoft should make a Surface phone. And Andromeda was a dual screen device, almost like a folio. You can kind of hold it up and you could kind of fold it just like the Duo, but it wasn't the Duo. Andromeda was a Windows powered dual screen device, which apparently looked quite different from the Duo. And this is an exact quote from Panos Panay, at least I hope it's an exact quote. It says here, at that time, it was different hardware. It was not the same hardware. It's not even remotely close, said Panos Panay. We're in so many generations later of development with Surface Duo. We understand how thin it is. We understand reliability. We understand the robustness of the screens. It has been generationally been made. It's been years in the making. So one thing that I brought from that was that, in a way, this brought about, in a way, for Microsoft at least, we had Windows Phone, right? But this product to me feels like Microsoft stepping into crafting phones like Apple, right? We have not the Appleification, but I called it here. Surface Duo brings what I like to call the Apple precision of design to the phone market. And I bring an example here in front of me that I wrote down. It says here, for example, a lot of compromises were made with MacBooks to make them thinner in the days of Sir Johnny Ive. I'm sure we all remember him. Panos Panay, Microsoft Chief Product Officer, says, this is the most emotional product we've ever created. A lot of that comes from tension. To get that diamond cut, and there had to be a lot of it, microns mattered, not millimeters, microns. So he tried to reiterate. Maybe that's why it took years to get this product. There were moments like those because we pushed so many boundaries. And one of those boundaries is making it 4.8 millimeters thin, basically as thin as a USB Type-C port. Led to a lot of compromises. It led to them apparently dropping 5G, which I'm sure they could have added it at that price of $1,400 that it's coming out at. NFC they dropped, complex camera module, and just more. So that brings to me on this video, what is the future of the Surface Duo? Are we going to even call it the Duo in the future? But what does this do for Microsoft in the future? What should they do to push the next one? So that's where this video comes from, right? So this video, we're talking about it. So my personal opinions on what I think that the future of the Surface Duo should have. And my first one, you guys might disagree with me, but a lot of people do agree with me, smaller bezels. Now, I'm not saying the size bezels that are that of like my Galaxy Note, which has almost no bezels, or even an iPhone that has almost no bezels other than the notch. I'm saying all I want is bezels about the size of the Galaxy Note 9, right? It's very small bezels on each top and bottom, top and chin, but it's got tiny bezels, and you can still hold it in its form factor without having to touch the screen on accident. That I like, and they need to. I feel like Microsoft should put that in. They should put smaller bezels in that way. Doesn't have to be crazy. Doesn't have to be like bezel-less. That's fine. To keep that 3:2 aspect ratio, the only way I think that they could keep that aspect ratio, and maybe even the size of the device as a whole, or the screen size of the device as a whole, is to rather shrink the bezels to that size, which overall would shrink the footprint of the device, make it even smaller feeling, even though it as a whole is still the same size device. That could even keep the buttons and the cases that work still working with the device, kind of, not really, but you get the point. Things will be roughly the same size, the screen and everything like that. Just the footprint of the device will be smaller. So in fact, actually, you would need new cases. Another thing here that I wanted was wireless charging. Now, a lot of people in my previous video, when I said wireless charging, a lot of people, you guys said, you don't really need wireless charging in your thing. You personally never use it or whatever. But one thing I'm thinking about is the future, right? I'm paying $1,400 for a phone, and cars are getting more advanced. And my car even has an option of a wireless charger in it. It's a Kia Forte. It's an entry-level compact car, and it has the option of a wireless Qi wireless charger in the dashboard. I would love to be able to just put my Duo right on there as I'm driving, wireless Android Auto, and be good to go. So that's why I want wireless charging. And also I have a $20 Samsung fast charger here on my desk right here. And I would love to be able to use it with the phone as well. Basically, I want all my devices really to have wireless charging, but that's just a dream. Next thing I want is a telephoto camera. I want 2 cameras. So obviously we have like a wide angle right now, but I want a telephoto. I want a telephoto. Now, there's no cameras on the back. Obviously, they're trying to keep it flush and clean, but I don't mind there being a camera on the back corner. Like when you open it up sideways like this, I don't mind there being a camera on the back, because those people, I'm sure we've seen it, those people who go out and instead of taking pictures with their phone, they take pictures with their iPad and they're just like this. I want a camera on the back, because if you put a telephoto camera on the back, you're not going to zoom in on your face by putting it on the front. You're not going to zoom in on your face. And yes, you can use it in phone form, but you could have it on the back or you could have it on the front. But either way, I want a telephoto camera, and I want it to be able to zoom in on those little things that, those little moments. You're far away from your kids, but you want to zoom in a little bit. There's a little sporting event going on. You're at a park. You want to see it better because, maybe you have bad eyes or whatever it is. You could do that. And that'd be very nice. Next thing here, I want Windows Hello support. I want something like Windows Hello support. Samsung has the iris scanning that's kind of like a gimmick. Apple has Face ID that works pretty well. I want some kind of face scanning tech, right? I want some kind of thing that uses IR, maybe 3D map your face. It's got space in that forehead of the phone to do it. I want to see that in it. Microsoft, you already have webcams that are made with Windows Hello built in. Obviously, this is Android. I want there to be some kind of face scan or iris scanning thing as well. It's a very minor thing that a lot of people won't use, but I would love to see it because you already have it in your computers. You already have it in your laptops, your Surface devices. Bring it over to the phone. This is a Microsoft Experience phone. I want to see the best of what Microsoft can do in this expensive device. I want to see it. I just want to see it look flourish, no compromises. Next thing here, I want a better place for the stylus. So one thing that I saw when I was watching the videos of people talking about Duo and things like that was the stylus. The stylus, when you attach, people are wondering where you attach the stylus. People are wondering whether you attach it in the back or whether you attach it, where does it go? Because you can use the Surface Slim Pen. I want to see a better place than just magnetizing it to the back of the phone. I want to see a place that when you rub it against anything like this microphone stand here, it won't just pop off, right? I want to see a better place for the stylus other than the back. It kind of protrudes. It's pretty much like an afterthought where they said they could put the stylus. I want to see something better like that. And then also I hope, another thing with reverse wireless charging, that's another thing I want in, because imagine just like this iPad here, you can imagine you have the Surface Slim Pen and it's about to die. Imagine you just magnetizing it to wherever you decide to put it, and you can charge your Surface Slim Pen for a couple seconds and use it more. I want to see that feature come in. This is a no compromise phone. It's expensive. I think it should have all of what Microsoft can bring to the corporate productivity space in a device. And for that, I also want to see more colors, right? You have the Surface line, you have the Surface laptop, you have the Surface Pro, you have the Surface, the Surface Book. But reversing, let's look at the Surface Pro and the Surface Laptop. Those come with multiple colors. You got like burgundy, you have some sporty colors and some other things. But in general, I want to see the Surface Duo have the same colors choices to buy as the Surface Pro type covers and the Surface Laptop. That way, you're walking around, you're looking at like refreshing your look of technology, right? You say you want to get a Duo for some reason. You want to pick a color, but you have a Surface laptop that's like your favorite color. Let's say burgundy is what I can think of. Let's say they had it in burgundy, the Surface Duo. Then that means that you have a Duo that's the same color as your laptop. It matches. It's fashionable for the fashion crowd out there, and you're good to go. And if you just want it to look corporate, maybe you'll have like a black slab version of it, or this current color of it, silver, or this, whatever they call this color, you'll have that. But I want them to match the colors of, similar to what Apple's doing with some of their stuff, I want them to match the colors of the Surface laptop and the Surface Pro type covers. I want them to match the colors on it with the Surface Duo. That way, it's just like a set. You buy them together, they work together, they're both Microsoft products direct. It's a set, it's a ecosystem that you're in. Now, the last thing that I want in a future generation of the Surface Duo is a Samsung DeX style interface. When you dock it to a computer, like for instance the Galaxy series, when you dock them to a computer in any way with the USB Type-C cord or whatever it is, USB Type-C to HDMI, you get Samsung DeX. You can use a mouse and keyboard, and you can just interact with it like a desktop interface. I want to see that come to the Surface Duo. Obviously, it won't be DeX. It'll be something else. Now, we know Microsoft is working on a competitor to Chromebook. Now, and we know Chromebooks can run in some way Windows apps. So, and Chromebooks can also run Android apps. So I would love to see Microsoft implement maybe Windows 10X into the Surface Duo. You're going to have to give us more storage for that. Give us like micro SD card expansion or something. But let me dock my Surface Duo to my computer monitor or whatever it is, TV, and then I can work for real. Getting my wireless keyboard, my wireless mouse, and I can do real productivity work on it other than the mobile to go stuff. And that way, that solves the problem of where you're on a work trip, you don't want to carry too much on the plane. You get to the hotel, you want to do some work. Let's say if you have even a portable monitor, if you're that tech savvy and you have a portable monitor, or even just a hotel TV and you want to get work done, you want to type something up. You bring your cable or your dock, you plug it in to the back of the computer monitor or the TV, and then you just connect it to your Duo, bring your keyboard and mouse out, and you start typing. You get all your stuff done on Windows 10X. You're good to go. And then when you're ready to come back to Android to just use your mobile phone experience, you get on Android again by unplugging it, and you're good to go. I want to see something like that. That'll be the most perfect experience for me. Other than, the compromise you get from having such a big phone, I want to see that. And that will be That'll make all the things that I have issues with. Obviously, this is Gen 1. I want to see it maybe Gen 2 or 3 or whatever iteration. Things get better over time. I want to see in that future, and that will erase pretty much all of the negativity that I'm seeing about the device, about the questioning of what is this for, who is this for, and actually one that came to mind before I close out the video. I want to see some kind of official IP rating. I know the IP rating board or whatever they call them is like it costs money to get an IP rating, and it could bump the price up or whatever it is. But this is already an expensive phone. I want to see an IP rating that will put people at rest and at ease about like, is this water resistant? Because I know most phones are pretty much water resistant even if they don't have an IP rating, but I want to see an official one that just eases people and they're good to go. So yeah, that's about it. That is what I want to see in the future of the Surface Duo. We have only a couple hours to go before most people start getting their devices. Like I said, will not be getting it right away. I can't afford it right now, but I want to hear what you guys think about this video. I want to hear what you guys might want from the future. I think I've asked it before, but I want to hear it again. What do you guys want to see in the future? What do you guys want to see, such as in the Duo in the future? How do you want Microsoft to kind of push the Duo further, break its borders, break its boundaries even more? No compromises device, for the Microsoft person. Let me know in the comments section below. By the way, this is a second attempt at recording this. Hopefully this comes out really well. Hope you guys have a great day, and there should be a video out sometime tomorrow as well. But let's get this one out today. Take care. I say,